This is really good for killing the egg, thanks to the little shredder. What do you think of the little shredder now that you've had a couple weeks to digest the patch notes and whatnot? The little shredder changes for the minus armor.
I think it's more often than not better than the old one, but it's not that big of a change, to be honest. I think there's like some lane matchups where it's nice to get all that minus armor burst for a short duration, but for the most part, it doesn't make that big of a difference. So yeah, it's still mainly about the number of attacks, right? Against something like Supernova, or now there's even Cogs, but also something like Tombstone, etc., etc. Oh, they're picking really fast, actually.
Yes, they sure are.
Everybody knows exactly what they want here.
Was it you and I that cast the Sven match that was, the Midas Sven, right? Completely dominated on that hero. I forget what team that was. But Sven looked really good in that one game.
That was Viking. It was Shad playing it.
Yeah, he farmed out of control. We're going to see the Nature's Prophet coming out from 5Comrades. So they have answers for the egg, which isn't too big of a surprise considering Phoenix was first picked, but you have the attack speed from Mirana, and obviously we talked about Little Shredder on Snapfire. What do you think of the team comp so far? What are these guys missing?
So assuming that the Mirana is position 4, then 5Comrades would probably last pick a mid hero that has synergy with Chrono. Looking at Unique's strategy, this mid hero could have attack speed, which would be great against both the Supernova Cogs. If it's good at killing Plague Wards, that's a bonus. So I think a hero like Lina could be interesting. Although the Clockwork matchup can be a little bit annoying in terms of getting away, but Lina has a lot of things going for her this game. Alternatively, you get more of a frontliner, so that you are guaranteed to get information. So you can hit your AoE combo with Void Snap, like Dragon Knight. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so the Viper is banned. Viper could have also been really good. Arc Ward? Nah, I don't think you want Arc Warden here. Although Arc Warden is also pretty good against Phoenix. You have lots of attacks there. Meepo isn't too great either against Sven and Veno. So, yeah, there's clearly many options. For Unique, I think you basically want a little bit more AoE control. You have Supernova, you have Sven, tons of damage as long as people, don't move. So get some sort of AoE lockdown. We should mention, by the way, Shannon, that this is the first game of the Divine League. The Immortal League has concluded, or rather, the qualifiers for the Immortal League, which was where we cast first off in this tournament, have concluded. And as we expected, the team to come out on top was Viking GG, and the other team that came out on top was 5 Men, which is Ace, Chessie, Zibbe, Misery, and Pylai Dai clinched the second spot. So they are also going to the Immortal Division. So this is basically the second division under that. But there's some pretty good teams in this lineup regardless. We have teams like Team Empire, Hellraisers.
Oh dear.
What's that?
I may have had Dream League logos on. So just to let everybody know, I was literally told that I would be the one doing production literally 5 minutes ago. So I had to reuse some old assets, and I didn't realize that the wrong tournament logos were up. So next time we cast, which is not today, I will be setting up proper overlays. Oh, Mega League, thank you. Always switching things up with us as TA's the last pick for Unique. Oh, 5Comrades was the last one with 1.5 minutes. Whew. All right. Need to start this day off nice. I actually had a really long nap today, Cinder. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. I also slept a bit longer than usual. So, than usual for the last couple of weeks anyway.
Oh,
so that's pretty
great
nice
to hear.
But man, it's just so hot. I think it's harder to sleep through just because of, I don't know how it is for you. Maybe it's like usual for you, but it's really hot here for Danish standards right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it harder to get some of that good sleep. Anyway, last pick coming out here from Unique was the TA. I think, all right, they're going to go for a Sand King. So this is going to be, I'm assuming, a mid Nature's Prophet. And then they will put the Sand King offlane and a support Mirana. This is a position 5 Mirana, most likely. Flash or maybe the Vailama. I think these two both prefer playing position 4. But either way, they can both play 4 and 5 in this game with these heroes. And for Unique, pretty straightforward. 4 Phoenix. No, wait, sorry. 5 Phoenix, 4 Clockwork. Carries Sven, mid TA, and Venno. Sven plus TA, historically, I want to say, has been a little bit greedy because they both want to farm Ancients and they both need a lot of time in the jungle. But after all the Sven buffs, the timing might still be okay. We're going to see how that all plays out.
Sven Midas, Cinder, and you don't need to farm them Ancients. Huh?
Yeah, I guess. Well, you still do.
Yeah.
But maybe what you could do is, or rather, what I'm thinking is this Nature's Prophet matchup against TA. I actually think is pretty good for Nature's Prophet. He's one of the few heroes that can contest TA in lane for CS consistently because he has so much damage with himself and Treants, and can easily get rid of Refraction by playing aggressively with the Treants as well. So I don't know how good I think this TA pick is for that reason. Like lane matchup plus the fact that you're with Sven. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's definitely comfort picks. 19 loves playing TA. So it's probably just calling, hey, I want to play TA this game. I like my matchups. And we'll see how it goes.
So which team do you favor from lineups alone?
I think I like 5Comrades a bit more. I feel like it's more straightforward and less greedy. I think they have insane amounts of damage. They have really good scaling potential. Both Nature's Prophet and Void scale very well. And I think Senking Mirana, for example, or Senking Snap, whatever lane they choose to put, should do pretty well against Sven Phoenix, I think. Doesn't seem too bad. So their 3 should also be getting a timely dagger off of that.
Have you noticed any differences with the Sand King changes to Caustic Finale? Have you seen any like change of position or change of play style, or does it just feel like a buff that hasn't really made that big of a difference?
That's how it feels to me. Also, the times that I've played the hero, it's like, it's nice that you have a slow, but most of the time I would find myself skilling 4-4-0 anyway. Maybe if you're playing 1v1 lanes, the Caustic might be a bit better now, just the overall pressure you have with it. But yeah, I would say for the most part it's relatively similar, just that it's better later in the game, right? So.
30 seconds.
All right, looks like we're going to have the TA. Who's actually going mid? Is it going to be the Void this game?
I'll do my best.
He's positioned right now for...
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, he has mid items. That's kind of surprising because I think... Maybe my read on this matchup is all wrong, but I thought Nature's Prophet really doesn't mind this matchup. Maybe they're trying to get Void away from Venno, though, because that's a very annoying matchup for Void. And they might just be like, okay, you know, overall, this is the lesser evil. We're going to give TA a better game, but at the same time, both Void and Nature's Prophet will be happy. Because it's not fun playing Venno against Nature's Prophet. It's very good at killing your Plague Wards. Nature's Prophet hits really hard. You don't really deal with the Treants too well either. You don't have like big AoE damage or something that can get rid of them. And his support isn't going to help much either. Clockwork also sucks against Furion. So there's actually a really good lane for Comrades up here that they've set up. If I'm Comrades, I'm pretty happy with the lane matchup I'm seeing right now. I think I got everything I wanted.
We're going to see the early Stormhammer out in that bot lane along with the Fire Spirits. So harassment has already begun. Vanskor was also able to de-ward in this bot lane. An actual observer, I believe it was, too. So getting really good value out of that. BZZ is going to be playing the Venomancer in the top lane. As we see Illusion just pulling the wave right now. Divai Lama. That's a cool name. I like it. Looks like he'll be successful. He's going to take a little bit of harassment as a result, though. Mid lane, I mean, kind of as expected. Void is off to a little bit of a rough start in terms of the damage department, at the very least. Does have his salve up ready to go, though.
Yep. Fun fact about Davai Lama, by the way. He is the only player in this game that I have muted. All right.
That's
going on to Flash at bottom.
Yeah,
he is in trouble.
Flash, of course, no leap
he
yet.
Has
still
a
level
fairy.
1.
He will.
That last Fire Spirit did connect, but it is only level 1, so he looks to be just fine and dandy.
Very good harass. I like this a lot when I'm playing Phoenix to play with a guaranteed stun setup, level 1. It's basically for certain that you're going to hit 2 Fire Spirits, maybe even 3 in a row, and it's very hard to trade against you. So I love that they're playing this aggressively. A mistake that a lot of players make, not really at this skill level, I would say, but even sometimes then, is to not use your mana. Like, you have this passive mana regen. Why would you sit in lane with full mana? Yeah, turn it into pressure in the lane. So I'm happy to see Palantimos play very aggressively here. Make use of what he has.
Yeah, the Snapfire did suicide to creeps to get back to healthy, I suppose. How does that work? It's obviously not first blood, but the gold is still divided, right? Amongst the Radiant.
If you suicide to neutrals, nobody gets anything. It's not first blood.
Oh, no, that's right. It was the... it's the fact that you stay in the fountain till like equal to like level 5 or level 6 or something like that.
Yeah, it's... I don't know exactly
so
what...
much.
Yeah, it's like... I think you're dead for... Is it about 20-something seconds? Which corresponds to about level 7, I think. Something like that. It's a pretty punishing thing to suicide to neutrals, but... it's still faster than walking back to base. If you need to do a reset from top lane, it's a long walk.
Right. Well, top lane, speaking of which, Battery Assault is going to be there, but Treants taking a decent amount of the procs. Does not have cogs as of yet. Snapfire is going to use that cookie to keep Illusion in place and force him completely out of the lane now. He has 3 tangos to work with, of course. Exotic Deer, in terms of the CS, still doing pretty decent, sitting at 15 and 7 right now. And in terms of mid lane, 12 and 2 versus 20 and 7. So again, no surprise, the CS is in the advantage of the TA.
This to me just feels like such an easy TA lane. Like I don't know what TA can possibly do to lose this lane.
There's always something.
Yeah. Oh, well, I do know, but there's nothing that these players will do that will lose this lane.
Okay. Okay, Syndrome.
It's run down mid or go into tower and die. It's kind of the only way. So TA, one of Void's biggest problems when played as a mid hero is that he's really bad at pushing out the wave. And I think it's a really big part of mid lane. It's been that way for years, to push out the mid lane in order to contest runes or in order to farm jungle camps as added bonus. And you're seeing 19 here, just push out the lane. Okay, so that's fortunate for Ntaki that there's a regen rune here that'll help him out nicely. But the fact of the matter is, every single wave, 19 will push it out like 3 times as fast as Void will. And as soon as that wave is pushed, he can go and farm small camp. So he's going to get way more CS than this Faceless Void the whole time. And he can, even when he hits level 6, he can even start stacking on top of it with the Psionic Trap and probably cruise toward an 11 or 12 minute Deso if that's what he wants. It's always a bit scary to see as the enemy team.
Yeah, for sure. One of the most snowbally heroes in the entire game, for sure. Stormhammer in the bottom. Arrow's going to completely miss, but there's the dive. More damage over time towards that Sand King, who is going to end up getting first blooded. The 5-minute first blood, which is going to be perfect opportunity to potentially get these bounties as well. Although Flash looks like he might... Oh, the Stormhammer is there. Remember, no dive to work with, but at the very least, he will get the bounty rune and the leap out. Oh, the Courier, though. Not going to be so lucky.
Oops. So this bottom lane is going way better for Unique than I think it probably should. I'm not saying they should be losing, but Sven is absolutely trashing the Sand King here. And I think a big part of it is how Sand King's skill built by going 2-0-1 on level 3. They can't play aggressively in this lane to start. That's not how you win this lane. You're not like going to stun arrow and kill a Sven or a Phoenix here. So I think you're better off skilling 1-2-0. Just push the wave with Sandstorm to get creeps, stack the side camp if possible, and then farm that with Sandstorm. Like, play it as a farm lane. Get your Veil, and then you can maybe think about playing aggressively. So I think a bit of a misread on how this lane should be played. And as a result, Sven is very, very happy right now. Top net worth for his team. 1,000 gold ahead of the Sand King.
Yep. Definitely having a good game. Palantimos about to hit level 5 here. Is going to be going for the Hannah Midas that we kind of referenced earlier. Middle lane, though, Snapfire, a little bit of a mistimed cookie. 19 should be good to go. That's 2 heroes coming in. 19's going to be perfectly happy with that exchange. Doesn't have any regen on him, though, so it does have to be a little bit careful as he goes into the jungle now. But that opens it up for Void to at least get a little bit of farm here. I mean, I wouldn't say he's doing horrendously. I mean, we did expect him to have a rough time, and he did to a degree, but I think he's potentially going to be bouncing back now. Illusion, Battery Assault, nice job by Devi Llama to stick around with the neutrals, and actually going to be able to get this kill onto Clockwork, so overextension for Illusion.
The state of the game is still relatively unchanged, I would say, from 3 minutes ago. I think what's just going to keep happening here, unless the Nature's Prophet gets really involved, is that the team with the greedy early game with both Sven and TA is actually going to be full-on allowed to farm. And you see the way they've adjusted this is that they've sent Sven into the jungle, so even Phoenix can have a really good game bottom. Phoenix closing in on level 6, minute 7 as a safe lane support is extremely early. For comparison, the enemy Mirana that he's playing against is level 3. So just maximizing way more. And like the only saving grace for Dire right now in this early game is the Nature's Prophet. So he just has a lot of responsibility to get stuff done. Because they don't have many moving pieces, right? You have a Chrono that's used now, so Void can't do anything aggressive. Just not happening. Snapfire is level 3, Mirana is level 3. How do you pressure the enemy team? How do you invade and stop them? That's a good kill, though.
Yeah, good cancel TP. Illusion comes out of nowhere with his Tranquil Boots.
That is a very, very big kill. It's the... As mentioned a couple times, top net worth hero of the Dire. Whenever Nature's Prophet is dead, you feel very safe on the map. So you just keep pressuring here, and... Unfortunately for 5Comrades, they probably have to send Nature's Prophet top again to defend this tower. I don't think anybody else would like to sit here against this level 7 Venom with level 4 Plague Wards.
Stormhammer bot lane. They saw that Burrow Strike just used there. And with that, Palantimos not able to get the kill, but can go jungle at the very least. Although his friend in Vanscore will drop. Mobility from Nature's Prophet really showing there. Actually, the majority...
It's costing them a lot on the top tower, though. Somebody needs to go and defend this. You can't just let Veno take this minute 9. Like, surely.
Well, Nature's Prophet will have a TP. Actually, it's on cooldown still. 20 seconds.
That's the problem here. Now he chose to commit for this, so now they have to send up Snapfire here. But Sand King will not have a good time if they bring up a single sentry. He just gets bullied out.
Oh, Chronosphere into the Snapfire Cookie, though. They do take out TA, so that's going to be well worth a rotation. And it looks like, even though a lot of damage was done to the tier 1, it will survive with Nature's Prophet TP now available to him. Sand King, though, going to get surrounded. All right, don't think they can defend this now with so many members of Unique here. Sunray, Burrow Strike is there, but unlikely to get away, just trying to delay as long as possible.
Yeah, this should be the end of the tower.
We'll get this tier 1.
Seeing BZZ rock the tanky Veno build with double Bracer. And then he's going into mech. Going to be a true tanky frontliner here. I wonder what he's going to go after that. It's a pretty good pipe game. He might actually just flat out get both auras for his team. Historically, we've seen a lot of Vessel on this hero. But
a little bit of a mistimed Cookie again. I don't think they would have gotten this kill in the mid lane, but does force BZZ out of the top. Although, when you're a Venomancer and you take out that top tower, pretty much single-handedly for the most part, where do you go afterwards? You continue to push? Do you go into the jungle? I mean, you're with a TA and a Sven, so I assume jungle is not the play this game for him.
I think going mid is the perfect play. So you've taken the top tower, now you want to put pressure on the next lane. And what BZZ is effectively doing mid by just sitting there and putting out Plague Wards is... Oh, hang on, there's a hasted Void. I don't think he has any play here. He might jump in, but he's just going to get Fire Spirited. He can't attack anyone really here. Just bullied away. The thing that you accomplish here by putting Venom mid is that you force the enemy team to have minimum 1 hero defend mid at all times. Sometimes even 2 will be needed. And it's the aggression that covers your farm, right? So you took the top tower and opened that space up. Sven is taking that up now. Veno keeps pushing mid, so it's harder for them to gank Sven. And the big winner in all of it is that TA can fly out perma jungle and not really feel pressured at all. So it's pretty much textbook. I think that's the integral part of a farming strategy. If you do run 2 cores that need farm, you have to have a way of pushing lanes, or you just never get access to the greed that you need to execute. And they've managed that this game already with Rocket Flare, Plague Wards, and Phoenix is also a pretty good wave clear support. So it's good enough, and they're getting away with it. I don't really see Dire putting much pressure on them right now.
Taki's still working on his Mask of Madness. I haven't seen a whole lot of Void mid, specifically in the last few months. Not that it's ever been really a thing. What kind of an item build do you go for? Mask of Madness into what? Do you just go straight up damage? Do you need to get a little bit tanky? I've seen some people, but it's more off lane, go for the immediate ags because that is actually so good now to be able to proc your passive every time.
Yeah, if you're like if you're not playing as the primary carry, I think ags can definitely work. But I don't know if I like this Mask of Madness, to be honest. I feel like he's just super susceptible this game. look at how much physical damage the Radiant has. Like, when you pop this, you better be damn sure that they can't hit you with TA, or that's a literal 2-shot with Mel plus Mom on yourself. Same with Sven. But maybe he feels like he needs a farming item here. Don't know what he's going to turn this into. Maybe a Maelstrom. Not sure. Let's see, BZZ is probably going to force out something here. Nope, they're looking for the TA again. With Chrono.
Sand King stuck on the cliff, will die, but there's a Chronosphere in the bottom lane with the ult from Snapfire, and that is going to be enough to take her out. So with that kill, kind of bridges the gap a little bit in terms of the discrepancy of farm between the Void and TA. So now that we're outside the laning stage, only being down like 500 net worth, a melee hero versus TA, pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, it's not bad. They've done a good job killing her twice. Focusing on the right thing. Of course, can't really shut down Sven and TA at the same time, but their call is it's more important we cover the TA for now, and then they can handle Sven later. Maybe they're gonna... I mean, Halberd is obviously a god tier item this game. You're against Sven and TA. I'm definitely gonna see 1 or 2 of those. As long as TA misses her faster timing than Sven's, then maybe you have the time to get to those Halberds. But
Moonlight Shadow.
TA is actually gonna start pushing this mid tower together with Venom, forcing rotation. There's no Chrono. Sand King is showing top. This mid push is actually really easy right now.
Moonlight Shadow's going to find Illusion. Arrow does miss, but looks like they'll find the Clockwork at the very least. Or will they? A lot of damage being done to the Faceless Void, who's forced to leap out. Time Walk up again, so should be good to go. So they're trying to do kind of a backstab move, but didn't end up finding any kills. But at the very least, they don't die on anybody. Tier 1 tower does go down, though, to BZZ, who just
yeah,
kind of tunnel vision on that, and probably for the best.
Yeah, as he should. I'm not sure if Comrades could have really gone for that. I think defending your tower is much more important. You don't have Chronosphere. You used it to kill the TA. The enemy team starts pushing your mid tower. Make sure you defend that mid tower. It's, again, it's the logic of how you keep control of the map so that you can farm. Now the enemy team is up by the mid tower, so they can push you in way further, and this is even more farming space now for both TA and Sven. So once again, they've accomplished to progress their game plan the way they would like. Would really like to see them try to play a little bit more around this Nature's Prophet Orchid. Like, you can kill with Sand King plus Furion right now on basically anyone. They're trying to go on Sand King top, speaking of which, he should be fine.
Yep, he is dusted, but reinforcements are here, but they're going to apply 2 different stuns to the Sand King, and that's going to be the death of him. But Phoenix does fall on the backside of this fight. Nataki jumps in. Chronosphere not available for 15 seconds, but he gets the bash. BZZ pops that newly formed mechanism, but he's not long for this role. The Poison Nova is weakening Comrades quite a bit. Divide Llama. Oh! The arrow not going to be able to connect, though. Exotic Deer jumps in with the Orchid. Snapfire ult to follow. Not going to be enough to actually kill off Palantimos.
Good old NA aim.
Yeah, pretty much.
Back to the shooting range.
You know, I've never been to a shooting range before. You know, that's something we should do.
Go to a shooting range?
Next time you visit, we should go together, because it'll be the first time for both of us. Don't you think that would be interesting?
I like that you said next time you visit, like I visited you before.
I meant the U.S. in general.
Right.
But yeah, you should visit me
we see each other a lot, guys. We're like really, really good friends. I travel to the States all the time to hang out with you.
He also watches all the movies I recommend. We're just really close in every regard.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't
great.
approve of is his World of Warcraft playing. But that's another story entirely. Kataki
called out.
Pops the time dilation. Snapfire is going to put him back inside the cogs. And it looks to be the death of Faceless Void. Was he on the outside of those cogs to begin with? Like on the far left? Or was it...
Basically, Illusion was predicting the cookie was coming, so he started walking behind the Void and then cog behind him. So it's just a nice heads-up play from him. I think it was the right play from Snap to try for that. Illusion was just super ready. And that's going to cost them Roche. Oh, thanks for the help, Marana. This is a little 5-second stun on Roche for them. Phoenix going to pee on them all in the pit. And it will go down. I think you give this to TA, right?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
There we go. Interesting build from TA, by the way. Going for more of a combat approach. Not sure what's prompting this Dragonlance build-up, if it's just the Chronosphere. Did you want to have range to fight around that? But the drum lands into BKB, no Deso.
Yeah, that is interesting. And he started
Very
with the
unusual.
Blightstone very early, too. And he's going to be going BKB now, so ultra defensive, ultra tanky. Do you like that this game, in retrospect?
I think it's probably okay because you're playing with Sven, right? Like, you can have... If you go for the Deso, you're like, oh my god, the synergy is so good, Sven gets all the minus armor, but at the same time, like, maybe it's putting all your eggs into one basket a bit too much. Like, this way you have more reliable, like you said, survivability, in-fight pressure. Guess this Impla will go to Sven eventually, by the way. So far on 19. Amazing item on Sven. Having that guaranteed crit.
Oh, Nataki does have his... Oh, hookshot onto
good
two.
Hook.
Cogs are going to bounce them back as well. Chronosphere, he's almost stuck inside of it. Snapfire definitely is. They're going to apply all the pressure to BZZ, who already popped that Poison Nova, so damage has been done. Phoenix ult to follow. Flash jumps in, but that's not going to be enough attack speed to take it out on your lonesome, my friend. Exotic Deer on the run as 2 members have already died. Make it 3. Faceless Void does live a very awkward fight for Comrade.
Yeah. Nature's Prophet comes in too late, right? Like, he needs to already be there when that Chronosphere comes out. They don't have damage. Like, Sand King's Epicenter was not actually even half bad there. It's just not enough. Veno is way too tanky. 1400 health. Greaves, Wand. Needs to die in the Chrono, or he heals up the entire team way too much for them to kill it. So, if you want to coordinate a fight like that, the teleport needs to already be coming out when that Chrono lands. And maybe the Veno dies before even getting all that stuff off, and then who knows what fight we're looking at. But that was just way too easy for Unique.
Speaking of easy, this might be a really easy one onto the Clockwork, but the damage being done from TA is out of this world. Void dead again. That is a huge sacrifice. Burrow Strike onto 3. Looks like they'll finally get the Clockwork, but at the cost of your Void, definitely not worth. And even Snapfire ult used. This will be the Aegis if he goes down. And there it goes. But still, not even close to an even fight. Arrow connects. But they're so low. BZZ doing a great job of continuing to do damage over time to everybody he sees. And with that, it's going to break the fight up. And even though the Aegis maybe not used in the most efficient way possible, getting that Void again, back-to-back deaths really hurts.
They're just building up way more, right? And a lot of what is happening right now in the game is coming from the lack of the mid tower. They're just playing very aggressively on the enemy side of the map. The fact that they got the Aegis obviously also enables this play, so maybe now things are going to slow down a little bit. They might not have the same confidence without that second life on TA, but they got pretty good value out of it regardless. They have a 6k gold lead. Everything is coming together. Should also remember just how godly Phoenix is as a hero when his team is winning, right? It's one of those supports that's just... When you're ahead, you feel like, we are ahead with Phoenix. How do we lose a team fight when I get level 18, right? Like in this game, I know the egg can die. They can kill it. They have Mask of Madness Void, they have Mirana Leap, and they have the Snapfire Shredder. But what if any of these 3 heroes get stunned? What if there's a Halberd? What if you get out of position and you do manage to kill the egg, but you need to kill the egg into a Veno Clock and a God Strength Sven? Like, it's really difficult to go for egg in a game like this. So, just really, this is looking pretty easy at this point for Unique to just keep expanding the lead. Once again, really, for me, it comes down to, can you skirmish with the Dire's team? I think you've probably played a little bit too slow overall this game. Needs to be very kill-thirsty against these kind of lineups. Nature's Prophet, Sand King, Mirana. Yeah, wow. Absolutely.
I like that term.
Gotta...
right now, Exotic Deer has BKB, Mion...
Oh, mid lane. Sven's pretty far up.
Okay.
He doesn't care. Gets healed.
Tier 2 tower. Looks to be just... No, they do fortify, but I don't think they're actually going to defend this. It'll go down one way or the other, whether it's denied or not. Map control, probably the most important thing. Palantimos takes that, but Exotic Deer, I was saying, has the BKB Orchid, and now he's going for the Halberd. Do you think... I mean, we kind of talked about this with not only... We've been seeing a lot of position ones, like Faceless Void getting a Halberd would not be crazy at all. Is it a little late, potentially? Should they have gone for it earlier, you think? Or is this probably the right build-up?
Sorry, for which hero?
Either Nature's Prophet or Void, Void has not queued up Halberd yet.
They don't have damage then, right? It's just... Oh, Nature's Prophet is buying it. But...
Void. Stormhammer. Do they have vision?
Yep.
The help out from the Sand King.
That's an
Egg is
interesting
popped.
supernova.
They're just
Okay.
showing off the prowess of their team fight. I've been there before many a time. BZZ going to continue to chase the invisible Sand King, who
He's
is
visible
technically
now.
visible now, but no
That's
hook
too
shot
far.
for a while.
Yeah, it's really easy to talk like about items they could or should have had right now, but I think it comes more down to play. It's like, yeah, it would be great to have a halberd now so you could mitigate this damage, but the reason you don't have a halberd is that you didn't manage to pressure the enemy team to play it from ahead and be aggressive enough.
Whoa.
Uh,
Whoa. Look at Palantimos' eyes. All right, let's talk about this. So he's going for Aghanim Scepter, which I've talked to you about this before. It does not actually synergize with Echo Saber at all. Echo Saber, of course, you'll get the double attack, and Ags gives you the double attack as well, but they don't stack. So you end up losing a little bit of value. That's why I see a lot of people not go for both. What are your thoughts on that? It's interesting. Figured you just go damage.
yeah, I don't know why he really wants this Axe this game. Does he feel like he needs to have chase potential against Void, maybe? I don't think it's necessary. I think you just could have just bought a Blink Dagger. If that's what you wanted, right? Blink AC, Blink Daedalus would have been completely solid here. Not sure. Sometimes, like, maybe he's also just feeling like this game is a cruise, right? Like, it's going really well. It seems pretty easy. Gonna... I don't want to say experiment a bit, but sometimes we see teams when they're really far ahead go for something a little bit uncharacteristic to just close the game out in style, maybe. Don't know if it's anything like that. But I'm kind of with you. I don't think it's the best item he can buy. I don't think so.
Well, they're still
Maybe
sporting a
there's
10K
some
lead.
next level plays where you can dodge Chrono by turning into a Stormhammer. It is possible. Oh, Mirana is
Technically possible. Very unlikely.
probably...
but I'd
this
love to
move on
see it.
Void looks like it'll be successful.
Yeah, hook shot into the cogs. Oh, he actually
barely got it
BKBs. So he's good to go. Chronosphere is available as well. If they're able to kind of backstab here, but looks like the rotations are going to be a little bit more vanilla in flavor. I feel like this is when you start to take risks, or when you want to take risks at least. There's the Moonlight Shadow. Palantimos not able to find anybody. Almost finished with his Ags. I'm really interested to see. I mean, for all I know, they changed it so that it does work now, but I don't think so. Definitely were no patch notes about it. So we'll see if there's a...
So what you're
ninja
saying is
change.
the Stormhammer gives you an extra... It hits everybody when you connect the stun.
Right.
So why would it not work with Saber then? Don't you just hit again?
I have definitely 100% tested this, and it did not work as of like 3 months ago. So unless there was a ninja patch that I don't know about. Sand King's dead. I mean, you pay
basically,
attention
when
to
the
these
storm,
fights.
so what you're saying is when the Stormhammer connected, the Echo Saber went on cooldown.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
So pay attention for me in these fights, because I won't be able to.
I mean, it might still work the same way, and he doesn't know. That's possible, right?
Yep.
It could be.
I mean, that's the funny thing. Everybody thinks pro players, even the tier 1s, they know that they know everything. I promise you, even owning a team, there's some things that I knew even that some of the players that got second at TI didn't know, which is crazy to think about. There's just so many things.
Here it is,
There
Superman.
it is. Did it work,
I don't think he
Cinderin?
did it. I don't think he got an extra hit.
Yeah.
I mean, the Echo Saber still has a lot of value for farming in the build-up until now, right? But
Yeah. No, for sure.
that cast range on Stormhammer is just so absurd.
I mean, it's not... Yeah, you're right. It has good build-up, but in theory, it does not synergize when you use Stormhammer
Yes.
at all. So that's when it becomes kind of questionable whether you want to pick that up or not. I mean, they're up by a large margin, so we'll see if it actually matters or not. I assume he goes for some sort of damage now. That would be completely shocked. The TA in the meantime...
AC or
does so.
Daedalus are the obvious choices. Don't know if he needs AC. The physical damage output of the Dire is actually not even that good. Void has Mom BKB. It's a low damage build. Nature's Prophet went for the Halberd, so also pretty low damage build. No AC, no, say, Mjolnir or whatever. Sven might be able to pull off a Daedalus here if he wants to. Oh, Van Score?
Van Score is going to take a Burrow Strike to the face. That was actually a baby blink Burrow Strike. I don't know if you saw that. That was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point of that was. Oh, the leap. Palantimos does not have vision right now. Can't apply any more pressure than he wants to. Sand King going to Burrow Strike into the low ground. And they might be able to get away with the Phoenix kill. And no, Looks like Divine Llama will be the sacrifice for 5Comrades, although yeah, he's going to get dusted now. So that's at the very least one kill. The BKBs are popped, so they want to initiate now. Going to go on top of this Venomancer. The Chronosphere to follow. Looks like they'll be able to get that kill. BKB essentially wasted for a little bit here for TA. But now 5Comrades, with that Void posturing to exit, they might want to do so as a team. Exotic Deer. Can we get Palantimo stuck inside the Sprout for a little bit? Still has that Quelling Blade, of course.
BKB.
Oh, you're right. That is the
very
10-second BKB, too.
That was a bit sloppy from Unique. It didn't feel like they were on the same page with what to do there. So the Veno dies, and at that point you have two choices. Either you double down and fight, or you back out. Sven could BKB TP out from that. That's only one stun that pierces, which is Chrono. It's already been used. I guess he could get stunned by Void, so might need to do a little bit of a Stormhammer play first. But they also chose to take that fight with Sven ulti on cooldown. He used it to kill a lone Snapfire 1 minute prior, and that's just I mean, it's still Sven, right? Sure, he's been buffed, but he's the same hero. When you don't have God Strength, you're not that strong. And Comrades took full advantage of that. And now they're gonna get Roche too. This is really good for them, unless Tia can do something magical here with
this
BKB.
is 3v5.
Maybe
This will be interesting. Hookshot into a crowd. Poison Nova to follow. This is a lot of damage inside these cogs, and the Roshan is not quite close to dead yet. But TA gets silenced. BKB to follow. Can he get the kill on Void? Yes, he can. That means Roshan may be still for their taking. Force-F out to safety. Divine Llama's going to go down. 19 attempting to get out. Refraction is still there, and Flash is not going to be able to follow him any further. And here comes Sven with that Aghanim Scepter. Two kills right off the bat. BKB popped. He's going to find the Sand King. And a buyback onto the Mirana, but I don't think that's really going to matter, as this Roshan looks to be a freebie for Unique. So a great contest. Looked questionable at first, but they get it in the end.
Yeah, nice hold. Just realizing that the fact that Chrono's down means Veno is guaranteed to get off his ult on everybody, and the poison.
Oh my goodness, the range on that is actually absurd. Oh my god. All right.
Superman. Yeah. All right, they dropped the ball a little bit before that, but picked it up again with this play, and Unique are now back in the firm lead. Aegis Cheese, even a dieback from Mirana to add insult to injury. You have a couple of options now. You can wait until you hit your next item timing, or you can try to... I mean, you know Chrono is up soon, and your Veno's dead, so I don't think you try to push high ground. You can just control the map, get aggressive wards out, and then if the enemy team makes any misstep, you have so much instant punish with this Sven Ags plus TA that you can snowball that into a high ground push if you control the enemy triangle. So TA sitting here with Sven.
Oh, they have vision.
They can't get up there.
8-second BKB onto Void right now. Oh, they still could go for this. There's the hook shot into the Stormhammer and into death. 50 seconds on the deck. This could be Rax. No buybacks to speak of for 5Comrades. And with this minus armor, tower should be the frog, yeah. What? The ice frog just happened?
It's 5 seconds on God Strength. This is definitely a laner Rax. Could even be 2. Palantimo sitting on the cheese is really hard to deal with. He's actually not using GS yet. A bit surprising. I think you just pop it now and make sure you get 2 lanes. But reserving it for the fight itself. It lasts so long now, though. Like, you'll probably just pop that and get this lane +1 done.
Probably still
now
concerned with buybacks potentially. So if they go for a second Rax, I expect them to pop it now, if anything. And there we go.
But then you might as well use it for the first, right? Then you would have been done with this lane already.
Yep. I don't disagree, Cinderin.
Anyway.
Moonlight Shadow, this is going to be the last stand for game 1 of 5Comrades. They're not going to be able to get this melee, so you're right. If he had popped that earlier, they definitely would have gotten this Rax, but they're going to try to initiate in. Look at the meld damage is out of control. The Chronosphere on nothing. That should do it. Without that Chronosphere locking several heroes down, I don't see a way out for 5Comrades. As Faceless Void dies with a BKB activated, Palantimo's just ripping everybody to shreds. And that is going to be game 1 for Team Unique in this group stage.
And that honestly looked pretty easy for them. That doesn't inspire much hope in me in Comrades in the next game. I think I would like them to... Because for me, I don't really think it was that big of a lineup issue. I think their lineup